T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff. Go Falcon, go EchoStar 25.
Vehicles reaching downrange.
M1D chamber pressures are nominal.
At T plus 30 seconds into flight, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. And we're currently throttling down the M1D engines on the booster to prepare it for max Q, which is the point of maximum aerodynamic
Power and
stresses.
telemetry nominal.
Which is the point of maximum aerodynamic stresses on the vehicle. Now, max Q is reached when the air density of the atmosphere decreases faster than the increasing speed of the rocket.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
We should be hearing that call out for max Q in just a few moments from now.
Max Q.
And there's that call out for max Q. Now from here on, even though velocity is rapidly increasing, the atmospheric density is decreasing, resulting in lesser dynamic loads on Falcon 9. Now next up, we're going to have several events happening in quick succession, starting with MECO, followed by stage separation, then second engine start, or SES-1, and finally...
I'm back, chill.
And good news there. And finally, fairing deploy. Main engine cutoff, or MECO, is where all 9 Merlin 1D engines will shut down to slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation, where the first stage will separate from the second stage. Then the MVAC engine on the second stage will light, which will be called out as second engine start 1, or SES-1. Now, this engine burn lasting several minutes will propel the second stage and our payload to orbit. After that, the fairings will jettison from the second stage, as they're no longer needed to protect the payload once it's in space. Now, we should be hearing the start of the sequence of events in just about 10 seconds from now.
MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
I'm back, startup.
And there you heard and saw those first 3 events that happened back to back, which were main engine cutoff, and then stage separation, and finally second engine start 1. Now, this first burn of the MVAC engine is set to last about 5.5 minutes. And coming up in just a few moments, we'll see the deployment of the payload fairings.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And there you heard confirmation of fairing deploy. Now, both of the fairing halves will fall back to Earth and make soft water landings, and then be recovered by our recovery vessel, Doug. Now, the next major milestone coming up will be the entry burn on our Falcon 9 first stage, which is scheduled to occur just past the T plus 6.5 minute mark. Now, the entry burn is used to slow the vehicle stage down as it heads towards our drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas in the Atlantic Ocean. Now, tonight, Falcon 9 is performing 2 burns in order to land. The first burn, known as the entry burn, slows the vehicle down before hitting the denser parts of the Earth's atmosphere. And without this burn, we'd only be using the atmospheric drag to slow down Falcon 9, which would add extra stress to the vehicle. Now, following that entry burn, the booster will then a short while later initiate the landing burn, which will slow the vehicle.
Both vehicles are following nominal trajectories.
Good news there. Following that entry burn, the booster will then a short while later initiate the landing burn, which will slow the vehicle down even further for a soft touchdown on our drone ship. Falcon 9 is also equipped with 4 hypersonic titanium grid fins positioned near the top of the first stage that help steer it as it returns to Earth. And you may also see white puffs from time to time coming off the booster, and that is cold nitrogen gas, which also helps with attitude control. And we've got an amazing view of the payload there on your screen right now. Now, as a reminder, the Falcon 9 booster, not currently on your screen, but the booster supporting tonight's mission is flying for its 14th time, having previously supported NASA Crew 9, FROM 2, GPS 3-7, 3 commercial missions, and 7 separate Starlink missions. Now we're just about 45 seconds away from that, about a minute and a half away from that entry burn of the Falcon 9 first stage, and we're continuing to get amazing views of the MVAC engine on the second stage, as well as our EchoStar XXV payload. Now, when Falcon 9 fires up the center M1D engine for re-entry, the vehicle will be flying through Merlin's exhaust gases, also known as the rocket's plume, which deposits a layer of soot on the vehicle surface. And you'll see these marks across the flight-proven Falcon 9 first stage fleet. That soot comes from the carbon-based fuel that Falcon 9 uses, and with each flight, the soot builds up a little more on the outside skin of the rocket. We're just under 30 seconds away from the start of the entry burn of the Falcon 9 first stage.
Stage 1 FTSS safed.
Stage 1 engine burn startup.
And there's that confirmation of the entry burn on the Falcon 9 first stage. And you can see those graphics lit up as the engines did on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Now, this burn will last for about 30 seconds and again is slowing down the vehicle in preparation for its final burn and landing before touchdown on our drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas.
Stage 1 engine burn shutdown.
And there's conclusion of the entry burn on the Falcon 9 first stage. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we will be attempting to recover this booster with our drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas, currently stationed in the Atlantic Ocean.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
And good news there that Stage 2 is in terminal guidance. Now, the next major milestone coming up in just about 30 seconds from now will be second engine cutoff 1, or SECO 1, indicating shutdown of the MVAC engine on the second stage. And this will be completion of the first of 2 burns by the MVAC engine to get the vehicle into the proper orbit for payload deployment. We should be hearing that call.
Stage 2 FTS is safed.
And the good news there, we should be hearing that call out for SECO 1 in just a few
Stage 1
moments.
transonic.
MVAC shutdown.
And there we got confirmation of SECO 1 of the MVAC engine on the second stage.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And there's our confirmation of good orbit. Now, coming up in just a few moments, we should be hearing that. And there's that landing burn of the
Stage
Falcon
1
9
landing burn startup.
first stage. Now, as that burn happens, you'll see a drastic decrease in the speed and altitude of the vehicle.
Stage 1 landing light deployed. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And fantastic news there, as you saw and heard, successful first stage landing of our Falcon 9 booster. Now, as a reminder, this booster flew for its 14th time tonight. Now, while the booster has completed its part of the mission, payload deployment is expected at around the T+32.5-minute mark.
Payload separation confirmed.
And as you heard, successful deployment of the EchoStar XXV Satellite from the Falcon 9 second stage. And we've got an amazing view on our screen right now as the satellite separates away. Now that'll be bringing us to the end of our live mission coverage. We would like to thank EchoStar for entrusting us with their spacecraft